The deadliest world records that could kill you with each attempt. You know that feeling when you want to leave a mark on the world? Well, some people take that to a whole nother level. They get obsessed. They want their name in the Guinness Book of World Records. And they push their bodies to the absolute limits to get there. But for a few of them, that chase for a world record didn't end with a trophy. It was the last thing they ever did. Today we're counting down the top 5 deadliest world records and the people who weren't lucky enough to walk away from them. Let's begin. Number 5, the fatal note. Kicking off our list with a record that sounds so simple, its deadly potential is almost unbelievable. The longest continuous saxophone note. The technique is called circular breathing. You breathe in through your nose while you're still exhaling from your mouth, creating a sound that never stops. Back in the 2000s, a guy named Van Birchfield pulled off a staggering 47 minutes and 5.5 seconds, getting his name in the books. But here's the thing, trying to do this is basically choosing a saxophone note over, oxygen. Performers risk getting dizzy and passing out. The danger becomes so apparent that Guinness eventually got nervous and just banned the whole category. They were worried some aspiring record breaker would push themselves past the point of no return. It's a chilling reminder that even the pursuit of an art can have a fatal cost. Number 4, buried alive. Some records are the test of skill, others are the test of pure primal endurance against terror. This one is definitely in the second category. Yeah, I have no idea this was a thing people even competed for either. Back in the 1960s, a man named Mike Meany spent 61 days embedded in a coffin underground, a feat that got the world's attention. But this appeal of a record has proven fatal. The whole attempt is a physiological nightmare. You have the constant threat of suffocation, the crushing weight of the earth, and the isolation. In 2012, a man named Siri Locke tried to break the record by having his friends bury him in a trench. He died from suffocation. After a few fatalities and the obvious unavoidable danger, Guinness officially banned the record in the 1990s, deciding to close the book of one of its most terrifying chapters. Number 3, the human cannonball. The human cannonball is a classic circus act, a thrilling spectacle, but behind all that smoke and showsmanship is a brutal physics problem where the smallest mistake means you're done. The record for the longest flight is held by David, nicknamed the Bullet, Smith Jr., who launched an astonishing 59.05 meters in 2011. But that same year, the world saw a terrifying reality of the act. In Kent, England, a 23-year-old stuntman named Matthew Tranch was performing a human cannonball act. The launch went perfectly, but the safety net, his only lifeline, collapsed. Tranch fell on the ground and died of his injuries. It was a stark reminder that this line of work, there's no room for error. The line between a world record flight and a fatal fall is as thin as a mesh of a net. The pursuit of these records is a testament to human ambition. If you find these stories fascinating and deep as terrifying as I do, consider subscribing for more deep dives into the world's most extreme endeavors. The highest fall. Back in the 1960s, the space race wasn't just between countries. For some people, it was a personal obsession. Skydiver Nick Pintanilla was one of them. He dreamed of breaking the record for the highest parachute jump, a feat held by Joseph Kissinger at over 31,000 meters. Pintanilla was determined to go higher than any other man and free fall back to Earth. His attempts were plagued with problems. On his second try, his oxygen tank malfunctioned, but it was his third and final attempt in 1966 that was proven fatal. As his balloon rose to over 17,000 meters, his ground crew heard a sudden whoosh sound over the radio. Pintanilla's helmet visor had depressured. 2.5 hours, his crew could do nothing but listen, knowing he was unconscious in the freezing thin atmosphere. The balloon was eventually brought down, but it was too late. Nick Pintanilla, who had suffered massive brain damage, had died a few months later, a victim of his own high-altitude ambition. Number 1. The deepest breath. Our number 1 spot goes to the sport that pushes the human body beyond its evolutionary limits, free diving. The record for the deepest free dive in a single breath is one of the most prestigious and dangerous honors of all sports, and no story illustrates the cost of that honor more than Andre Mistry. Mistry was a champion free diver, married to the legend Francisco Pipin Ferries. In 2002, she attempted to set a new world record by diving into an incredible depth of 171 meters off the coast of the Dominican Republic. The descent was very successful, but during her ascent, the lift balloon that was supposed to carry her back up rapidly to the surface failed to inflate. She was trapped under the crushing depths. By the time the dive rescuers brought her to the surface, she had been underwater for nearly 9 minutes. She never regained consciousness. Her death and the disappearance of other legends like Natalia Moskanova in 2015 cast a long shadow over the sport. It proves that in the silent, immense pressure of the depths, the pursuit of a record can demand the ultimate price itself: life. Their records may have been etched into history, but they're also the memorials to the lives that were lost in their pursuit. Which of these stories did you find most shocking? Let us know in the comments below, and I hope you guys are having a blessed day. Imagine that.